how you doing? It's Surviving Beauty. I got a request from a subscriber of mine. I can't remember her name, but I thought it was a really good request. She wanted to know how to build your clientele. And I was like, oh, you know, that's a really good question. Kind of need to talk about that and address that. Because it's not an easy thing as a makeup artist, as a hairstylist. I'm just a makeup artist, I'm not a hairstylist, but you know, just talking with hairstylists, it's very difficult to get clientele. But I'm just gonna kind of go through some things on the history of what has happened with me, how I am able to do weddings. That's what I mostly do. I just kind of answer questions regarding that. As some of you all know, I used to work with Progressive Insurance. I've never really said that on camera, but I did. I worked with that company for 10 years. Absolutely love that company. I quit in about 2004, I believe. You know, just trying to figure out, you know, what I'm going to do. I've always been into makeup. Absolutely love makeup. You know, I want to kind of keep myself busy with doing some more things. My sister, Dion, awesome, beautiful, she sent me some cards in the mail. And I'm like, who sent all these cards? They were beautiful cards. And I had been talking to her about, you know, starting my own makeup business, different things like that. And I called it Darbie's Daydream. And she sent me cards with Darbie's Daydream, and I called her and I'm like, what? She's like, Darbie, that's what you should do. You have a talent with makeup. Why don't you get into that? And I'm like, okay. So what I ended up doing was I hung out around the MAC counter. Absolutely loved the girls at the time that were there. The manager hired me. To make a long story short, I did get hired. I had showed a portfolio. She did hire me. I have a video on how to get hired at MAC, so make sure you look at that. It's about 2 years ago that I taped it, but it's everything that I went through to get into MAC and how I got hired at MAC. So it's accurate and up to date to me, even though it was 2 years ago, but it was what I went through. So make sure you look at that. Ignore my makeup though in there. It's a old video. Anyway, got hired at MAC, and so that is how it first started with building my clientele. You know, just making sure that your work is good every time, taking your time to do your work on people. So you're going to really get that experience with doing all different types of people. Not only that, working with a company, whether it's Sephora, whether it's MAC, Bobbi Brown, NARS, try to get in to work with a company if you're just brand new and starting out, because they'll help you along the way, because there were so many things that I needed to learn when I worked for MAC. And I'm still learning. I mean, you never can learn enough being a makeup artist. I mean, I love watching tutorials. I love watching, you know, live tutorials where you pay a little bit to kind of watch. And it's just nice to see how people do their art. You know, they have a suggestion with this brush or that brush or whatever. So I still do that. So anyway, I did build clientele in the beginning that way, and really just talking to my clients when they would come into MAC. MAC does not mind you exchanging phone numbers. At least they didn't when I worked there. They don't mind you exchanging phone numbers. They also would tack on their board if someone came in asking if there was someone available to do their wedding. First come, first serve. If you're there, you could take it off of the board. So that was one way that you build your clientele. And of course, doing a great job at that wedding that you're at, because guess what? That wedding is going to refer you to their girlfriends or those the bridesmaids. They're usually going to be getting married within a year or two or down the road. You're going to keep getting referred. Making sure that when you go to a wedding, make sure to put out your cards so that a photographer can pick up, the videographer can pick up, the coordinator of the wedding can pick up, or the planner can pick up the card of the wedding. And make sure to always call the bride maybe 2 weeks after their wedding. You know, give them time to honeymoon and all that. Maybe give it a month. Call that bride back and just say, hey, how was your experience? And make sure you're talking to them during the whole process of doing their wedding to make sure that they're so satisfied. I mean, I am a stickler for excellent customer service. I love to give customer service, probably because I used to be an auditor for Progressive Insurance, and I was that person behind the scenes that was listening to make sure you were doing right with customer service. So that was my job there. But just really just trying to do your best on the job. So it just was years of that, years of I used to advertise with certain companies that were out there to advertise for vendors. So that's another way of building your clientele. Salons, and put your cards out there if the owner does not mind. That was another way that you can build clientele. Of course, referrals are awesome for clientele. When I got sick back in 2011, I said, you know what, it was too much for me to manage myself. To do all the paperwork and contracts and meeting with the bride and different things like that. It just got to be too much. I mean, you're going through chemotherapy. I was going through chemotherapy at the time, and I just said, something's got to give. I can't do this anymore. So one of my friends, Tamara, with Tamara Makeup and Hair Artistry, she was like, Darbie, just let everything go. I will manage you. I will do all the paperwork. I will do this, that, and this. Well, that is what I did back in I think 2012 is when I let my company go, and it was the best decision that I ever made. I worked with one of the best on location makeup and hair companies in the Chicagoland area. You can look us up. It's called tamaramakeup.com. She is the best boss. I mean, some people say, oh, I can't work with a friend, and she is a great friend. She is the most giving person. Her company is based on loyalty and honesty, and I absolutely love that. I mean, she trusts who works for her, and it's hard to get there because we had been through a lot. It is just so awesome to work for her company. I'll just say she went through the same steps. I met her at MAC Cosmetics, and we've been friends ever since, and just loyal to each other, and it's just awesome. Come here, baby. Come here. Murphy doesn't look happy. Come on. Come here. Come in mommy's lap. Come here. Yeah, come here. Him sheepy. Him sheepy. Yeah, him sheepy, and he wanted to sheep with him mommy while he talk. Yeah, okay? Yeah. Let me finish the video, okay? And we'll go play, okay? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, sorry, don't mind Murph. I'll just put him down a little bit. Yeah, lay right here. Lay down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's your baby. Tamara went through the same steps of trying to build her clientele, and she advertises. She has a lot of referrals from wedding planners to videographers to photographers, and that's how we keep getting our name out there. Last season, she has 5 makeup artists and 5 hairstylists, and we did 288 weddings last season. So we are busy, but that's pretty much how to build clientele. You want to make sure that your cards are very attractive. I'll show you what our cards look like. And I try to be very professional when I go on jobs, because again, we're going to high-end hotels downtown Chicago, and you want to wear a suit. You want to wear a nice dress. You want to wear nice slacks and a shirt. You don't want to go into a job with tacky jeans, tacky shorts, tacky t-shirts, just looking tacky like you rolled out of bed. Guess what? You're not going to be referred later on, because those people are looking. The professionals that are on the jobs, the vendors that are there, they're looking at you, and you're in the pictures. When you're doing the person's makeup, you want to make sure your nails look right. You don't want to be in the person's pictures that they're going to have a lifetime and your nails are looking all chewed up and just tacky. You just want to be professional. So with that being said, the owner of the company just gave this to me. I used to just carry a notebook, but I love this. So I have like some business cards here. This is our huge postcards that we have. So these are very professional. We do photo shoots. That's another thing, how to build your clientele. Make sure that you talk to photographers that are in the area. They want pictures. So just say, hey, I'm calling. My name is Darbie. I'm a makeup artist. I see your beautiful website. I know you'd probably want some beautiful pictures. I would love to do free work. What I could do is I'll bring in a beautiful model. I'll do her makeup, and you can have the beautiful pictures if you just give me a few shots. Oh my goodness, that worked so much. We were able to get in touch with many photographers who we still have relationships with. We actually got involved with a bridal expo company. We do the makeup for the bridal expo. So that was a huge way how we get clientele. And I'm saying we now because I don't have my own company, but it has built our clientele. So basically, the bridal expos, they have these models that walk down. Hey, we'll do the makeup for free if you just help us advertise, give us some pictures if you have a videographer or photographer there. And guess what? They loved it. They even gave us a booth one year. It was really nice where we would pass out different cards and different things like that. So it worked out really, really well. A wonderful way to build your clientele. So there's expos all over the world, all states and different things like that. So see if you can look up a bridal expo where people are going to find vendors. Another way to build your clientele is go to the bridal shops. Say, hey, can I leave some cards for the brides that are coming in? I'd love for them to give me a call, and they'll let you leave the cards at the front desk or at the register, so people can kind of pick up to find different vendors, because that's usually what they are, you know, looking for. So of course, leave it with the videographer, the photographer. There's just so many ways to build your clientele. So a lot of the clientele that I get, it personally, is from referrals. I've done a wedding, and then next thing you know, I'm doing their friends' weddings or people that they work with, different things like that. I got a couple of calls actually last week from a beautiful girl, Anjane's wedding that I did last August, and it's like all these workmates that she has. I mean, you ask your people, please share your photos, or you make sure to call them, hey, do you mind giving me a link so I can just have a couple of photos? I mean, so advertise. If you don't want to purchase a website, and I wish I knew about Instagram years ago. I don't know how long Instagram has been out, but I recently got it under a year ago. I'm very new to Instagram. I'm very new to social media, to Instagram, all of that. I don't have a Facebook, but I used to have a website, which I did get rid of. I was paying, and when I got rid of my business, I got rid of my website. But anyway, Instagram, make sure that you put your pictures out there, you know, and advertise and put under their tags where you're at, where you're located, wherever you are. So this is a planner that I got that I love. It's like a purse. I got it from Nordstrom Rack, and when you open it, that keeps me so organized. I keep all my contracts in here from January to December. Now this is a portfolio that I take this to all the weddings. There's a notebook and a pen that goes in it. But these are the postcard business cards that I like to put out on the table, as well as my other little business cards that are in there that I like to also give out to the videographers, the photographers, and wedding planners. So just helps us keep very organized and keep our name out there. Also, use your calendar. Everyone has one on their phones. That is pretty much it. And just really, I have to say this, the makeup world, even the hair world, the beauty world, even YouTube is so competitive. It is so competitive. Don't get discouraged. That is probably the #1 thing. I will say this. I try to be helpful to whoever I can be helpful to. These makeup artists, they're so talented out there, but I thought that the girls that were trying to help each other succeeded more. Try to be helpful to your fellow makeup artists, because guess what? They're going to help you in the long run with referrals. They're going to help you with their different techniques. They're not going to be afraid to share it, and share it with them. And that's why I started a YouTube channel, not only just to bring awareness to breast cancer, but to share what I know, and I know that I could learn more, and I would like you to share with me. That's why I continue to watch YouTube. So I hope that this video was helpful. You guys are so awesome, and make sure to always take care of your health. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, and make sure to stop and do your monthly breast check. Early detection is key. All right, take care, guys. See you in another video.